Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy P Farm. Thinking right out here in the lab with the big eye, and I'm in the book. I'm hiding behind the glasses, but yeah, I had a little allergic reaction last night. I woke up again today with the big eye, so I do what I do for you. That don't make a difference. Don't worry about the eye. Just listen to the contents that's coming out my mouth. All right, that's right. Rightisms. Oh, excuse me. We're gonna talk about the principles of Set. You know who he is? That's your ego. And I'm going to teach you how to overcome egoism on your journey of advancing on the tree of life. Let's go. Rightisms, 25 rules live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's always a message in my stories for life. I give life lessons. You tune in and receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinkers way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily or help and guide you to attain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get that together. So I asked the question, do you know you? Well, when I'm through, that's what I do for you. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. Don't be them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm a spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and always to Maya. Be true. We're going to talk about the principles, P. Funk's philosophy on lesson number 7. We move along pretty nice in the book. All right, but the principle now is upset, and he's the first thing you have to get done to climb the tree of life. So it's like the first ring. That's right. The first level, okay, excuse me, the first level that is above us, that is human existence, is Set and Neptet. Remember, Neptet represents mortality, Mother Nature. Anything that's born will die, so she represents death. I got a lesson for her coming up too. All right, but this one's about Set and how to overcome your egoism. We've been trying to give that story, and this is the story, the lesson about the story. So let me see if I can make it make sense to you. So first thing you got to do is conquer Set and Neptet. And you recall the picture of Haru. We taught Haru and Set. We talked about Haru's aspects. Haru, Set is a combination of two divinities. Okay, I've been showing you that forever. That's the moral fight that's inside you. This is you. This is who you should be. But this will keep you from being you because he thinks he's you. He gonna edge you out and take your place. That's the concept of the ego. That's what Set represents. And as a beginner, you have to put him in check in order to climb the ladder, so to speak. Okay, to get to where you want to know yourself. So this is knowledge that you can better yourself with, and teaching you how to do it. This is the best part about it. These are instructions. All right, there you go. So Set, the combination of divinity I just showed you. And now it is depicted as Haru with two heads. Okay, but the one head is the hawk head, and that's the one head is a strange looking animal head. But you notice the head of Haru fits the body. The appendage is Set. The ego is going along for the ride, so to speak. But okay, and the head is Set is a strange looking animal. They don't know what he is. His head looks like a little like a camel, like a dog, an aardvark. He looks a little everything. But the idea is to make him that way, so he's a one of a kind, unique thing, entity. There's nothing like him. Okay, he's one of a kind. All right. Y'all will call him the devil, whatever it is, but no, he's the ego. You see that he's the devil. But there is no records of any such animals existed in ancient Kemet or ancient Africa. It is a mythological, like the unicorns, the griffin, all those animals that we manifest. Set with the original one, he represents the side of you that everybody needs to understand. but there is no record. It's a mythological creature that has no origin, no destination. And we will explain about that why more later. I'll get you them in a minute. Let's talk about my board. The level of Set and that is the first level on the ring going up. Coming down, they 8 and 9. And you, Haru, represents 10. So to go up, you got to get through 8 and 9 and work your way up to 6 and 7. All right? That's our Set and Asar. Let's go. So below, I just showed you. So the composite divinity, which is Haru and Set, is your personality. That's you and believing. Remember, the ego thinks or believes that it's above God. Hence, ego, it edged God out. It's over God and you. That's the human part of you. That's the ignorant part of you that you got to conquer. Why? Because you ain't God. You're human, all right? But the ego thinks it is. Haru is the spirit that's in you that need to be your full potential. It's becoming what? Mastery of yourself. That's the name of this game. Let's go. So what does the struggle of life? And this is the story about life. That's the best part about this. Put yourself in this situation. You are Haru. That's why I keep saying that. Haru, the spirit that's in me and you. So consciously, we are what? Haru. But Set is in us too. Don't forget that. All right. So what does the struggle of life in terms of success and failures of maintaining virtue in your life represents? You got a choice. Again, what this means is that this wonderful spiritual aspiration that you have within inside you, you come here, you sit and pay attention as if you're in class. I'm giving you information. You study the books, and you want to be an aspirant. You want to be better. You want to fulfill your potential to be your best self. So you come to get help, assistance. And that kind of thing, it signifies that you yourself mean well. Yeah, you aspire to better yourself. That means you want the best. You mean well, but there's always a but. For most people, and this is the sad part, the next thing that happens is that you get caught up in not that. Reality, mortality, the real world, so to speak. Okay, you get caught up in things like what? You get pregnant if you're a woman, or you get somebody pregnant if you're a man. You get drunk, hanging out with the fellas. You eat too much, or you smoke too much, or you get angry too often, and you end up eventually hitting somebody. That's the violence. That's the Satanian egoistic mentality. That's the lifestyle of a Satanian person. Listen. So whatever it is, and because along with that wonderful aspiration that you have inside you, there is also what? Something else. You can't have one without the other. The good side is aspiration, the bad side is the ego. That's Set. Watch this. And that something else is called Set. Perfect segue. And we keep trying to explain to you, I say it's the moral fight that's inside of us. When I was ignorant, Set was winning. Okay. He was Set. He loved being who he was, not me. Okay, we were different in that aspect. So now you have some positive. He has some good aspects to him. Yeah, again, like I said, they tell you right here, you got some good aspects in your personality. Everybody loved him. Okay, so and that causes you to what seem to be good, and you actually do good deeds, and you are very artistic in what you're doing. He hung out with kids. He never, that's nobody, none of that nonsense. But kids loved him. He's the Pied Piper. They just love that guy, okay? But there is another aspect that comes out in all of us once in a while. And more often for lesser evolved people who really don't go past what they believe in themselves, who they are, they stuck on that. That causes what we call negative thoughts and negative feelings, and they what? Lead to negative actions. Selfish people will show themselves when they get down to it. Oh, you'll see, if it's you and them, it's going to be you every time. They're not going to take a short. Notice that the image is of what? The body of Haru, and that the head of Set is just an appendage. Again, there is more Haru in you than only the head of Set is coming out. Again, just your mind. Just the mind. How you thinking? Your choice of thinking right or thinking wrong. Doing right or doing wrong. Your choice, and you have that. So let's go. But the head is all that is needed for what? To send your personality for what they call a loop. Okay? Send you in the wrong direction. And the presence of the head of Set. Devil, get behind me. That means you know the devil's in you. They saying, devil, what? Get behind me. I ain't got a problem with that. I get the concept. Okay? I don't know if y'all do, but that's what they showed you. We showed you that. That's where they come from. Set, get behind me. Why? I don't need you leading. Why? You ain't a good leader. Simple. With knowledge and understanding of that, you can put it in perspective and you can use it as a tool, inspiration, motivate yourself to do what you need to do. And watch this. But the head is all that is needed to send your personality of ignorance into a loop and mess your life up. But the presence of the head of Set means that the mind and your unrighteousness of Set can corrupt even the most perfectly set body. So for the neck down, it don't make a difference. It's what's up here that counts. And if you're Set mentality, you egoistical, the body got to follow. Okay, so that's why this. So there is an ancient Egyptian proverb, and that says there are two roads of mankind. That's Mayat right there. The fact that there's two gives you choice right there. So one of the path is of righteousness, right, thinkers? That's the path that we on, okay? And the other path is of unrighteousness. That's the ego, selfish, me, I got to get mine, I got to have it type of people. You know them kind of people? Leave them alone. They're not going to change. You can't change them. No, that's not your job. You just don't be like them. So, okay. And this is your choice. Again, the owners of Mayat philosophy put the choice in your hand to make. Why? Because you're going to be responsible. The consequences going to be yours to pay. If they're good, yeah. If they're bad, it's still yours to pay. See, we don't want the bad. Why? If you do what needs to be dealt with, that's, again, on you. Moving on. This is real life situations, and you got to live this all the time, 24/7. Idle mind is a devil's workshop. So if your mind ain't on God, if you ain't focused on what you need to be doing, the right thing, you may give in to that. And you got that's coming up. That's all psychological. It's all in the mind. Your free will, how you go, will take the path of what? Least resistance. Not the arduous road. No, nobody wants. That's why the road to destruction is broad. Why? It's wide. Everybody takes it. The road to self-knowledge, spiritual enlightenment is arduous. It's tight. Not many people choose that. Moving on. But it is not as simple as what your just free choices. Why? Because you really don't have free choice. If your ego mind is in control, you don't have free will. You're being guided by what? The ego. It's better to be guided by the higher self, Haru, than the lower self, you. That's the ego. Okay? So you think that you have free will. Okay? But you are just kidding yourself. That's because you're ignorant of yourself. You are fooling yourself because of ignorance. Your choice is determined, listen, by the life that you lead. What you think, what you feel, what you believe, that's what's going to direct you to what you're going to do. Again, I know good Christian people, I know bad Christian people, and they like night and day. Okay, so I can see the difference. Moving on. So a person's life is always determined by who? Their own actions. You are responsible for everything you say and do. And your actions are also determined by what? Your thoughts, be they right or wrong, good or bad. Thoughts are determined by the philosophy that you practice. I've come up with my own. I took a little bit of this, a little bit of that, some of this, some of that, and put together and made it my own and let it work for me. That's what I teach, my own philosophy. I didn't make it up. I just took aspects and put them together, and now I can talk about it. That makes it a philosophy, but I practice it by living it. That makes it manifestation. Okay, and determined by the philosophy that you live by. Again, if you have a philosophy and you don't live by it, you ain't got a philosophy. Moving on. So, do you yourself believe that you are an individual personality that's in competition with other individual personalities in the world? That's called the rat race. Okay, that's the ignorant race. And do you, again, we dealing in belief. All this is belief. Do you believe you are higher than that? Now you're starting to aspire. Why? Because if you believe you're better than you are, that's aspirations. That's your motivation. And that belonging to, you think you belong to something that's better, that's greater, and more sublime than that. Now you're on my side. Let's go. I got you. Why? That's how I got here. So when a person performs an action, that action contributes to the building of one's tendencies and to move in that direction of action and repeatedly, meaning whatever you think, whatever you feel, that's what you're going to do what daily. That's why if what you're doing is wrong, that's the definition of insanity. Well, it was wrong yesterday. Today it's going to be right. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. So that's what we have to realize for yourself. Self-mastery is you coming to grips with that within yourself. I can't give you that. Experience does. So if your life is virtuous, I wasn't virtuous. Okay, my life was ego-driven, but I'm following this guy who was pure ego. So that's what I knew. That's what I thought. That's what I believed. Sorry, I get excited about that. But yeah, this is facts, real true stuff. So you have a lot of women. And if you are virtuous, that sets up what? Your IRE, what they call good IRE. That means you're putting out good work. That means you're going to receive the benefits. That means you're going to get in return what you put out. And if it's good, good got to come back. That's the fact of life. That ain't man's law. That ain't my law. That's the law. And watch this. If you're good, life virtues, to set up your IRE of what? A virtuous tendencies, meaning living right when daily. Your life is programmed to do that. And when you start doing that and the people do that, they are blessed. They don't give a damn what other people think. They doing what they do. And again, that should be you. But if you do lots of good deeds, okay, if it's for a good purpose, intention, fine. But if it's for you to gain and prosper, not good. So if you have lots of good thoughts, good ideas, you have a tendency in that direction to do those things. Again, I'm here every day because my desire to help others is pushing me to do that. But if you are a negative, egotistical person, you will say hateful comments, slick talking guys who, because they're the boss, they can say talk to anybody, anyone, but they don't want to talk back to them. Them kind of people, I hate them. Okay, but those kind of people who are egotistical and they got power and they went to school and got a little education, they got the paperwork, so they think they can treat anybody they want. They got to be condescending, so they think they up here and you're down here. So beware of them. Your development of hate, you will develop a hate and tend to be what? A hateful person. When you the boss and every time you get around, you come around, everybody start talking. Just because they're talking about you. You so ignorant, you don't even recognize that. And your egoistic process thinking they worshiping you when they really just dealing with you. Okay? But if you are a lustful person, you know them kind of guys, touchy-feely, always talking slick, making innuendo comments, it can go this way or that way. Them kind of guys lusting after everything they see that looks good to them, they're going to shoot their shot. They're going to, okay, them guys, okay. You develop more lust as your tendency. That's how you're going to portray yourself. I knew guys like that. I used to be one of them guys, so yeah, I know them well. And that will go on even after death. Your desires for lust, pleasure will go on after you die. That's what they tell you. Why? It don't stop. And that impels you in that direction. Even when in reincarnation, you will come back being pretty much the same way if you don't learn that lesson. But now consider that you think that you can make a conscious choice. And with self-knowledge, daily studying, practicing, you will be able to do that and be a little more accurate. You got a 50-50 shot. Good or bad, that's all you got, okay? But how many times have you yourself tried to do something and failed? Like stop smoking, stop drinking, stop eating meat, stop running around, stop womenizing, whatever it is that you feel the need to stop doing, but you just can't. That's an addiction. That's a weakness. That's lack of self-discipline. That woman that you just can't seem to get enough of, but you're married. That's no discipline. As simple as that. And you got to pay for that action. Oh, it may be fun to sneak and creep and get your little groove on, you get your freak on. But guess what? There's a price that you got to pay for that. And I'm here to tell you what's on the eye. If you prepare to pay the consequences of your action, have at it. I swell up every time I eat crabs. The results of that is I continue to eat crabs. I continue to swell up. Why? It ain't going to change. It's wrong, and it's going to happen every time. That's like insanity. I expect to eat crabs and not swell up. That's dumb. I'm going to eat crabs. Why? That's what I like to do. Again, if you prepared the consequences, I'm prepared for the consequences. But I'm not prepared to ruin my marriage over some sexual pleasure, over some dumb stuff. No, I'm not prepared for that. So I don't engage in that. That's discipline. Simple. Moving on. Sorry about that. But yeah, it gets personal every now and then. Some days, somebody will put some meat in front of you. And you claim, I stop eating meat. And they're going to tempt you. That's the devil. That's the devil. And he come in all shapes, sizes. You can't predict. But when the devil know that you want to do something, oh, he coming. He coming. He sending his minions and all. Remember, just like God got angels that he's sending your way to help you out, the devil got minions the same kind. So understand that. And your choices, your decisions, who you want to roll with. That's all. You have a choice. Your decision. All right. But when you feel like you have to do something or take it because of your desires to have it. And if you can't defeat or conquer your desire, your ego will always get the best of you. Okay, that's the ego, emotions. And sometimes you're going to rationalize your actions. I rationalize selling drugs to myself like it was making it right. Dude, I'm satisfying. It's a desire. They got a need. I'm just supplying the need. Okay, whatever gets you to do that nonsense, again, your rationalization. And we all do it. But you know it's wrong. Again. And when I got caught doing it and had to pay time for it, what I did, 3.5 years in prison. Okay, I didn't do it no more. Is that not what punishment or deterrent? Whatever. When you do something wrong, you pay for that. What? To deter you from doing it again. I'm not going to keep doing that. No, that makes no sense. Again, I'm not going to raise no fool. Well, okay, but remember, what actions you perform, they come with consequences. And the better you understand that, if we teach our children that young, they'll get it before they get old, and they have that understanding. They don't wait till they get old. Well, I didn't know. How the hell you don't know that if you do this, that's going to happen? They didn't teach you cause and effect. Mommy didn't give you the knowledge of understanding of how the world works. That starts at home. Okay. But again, what you can't stop yourself from doing. I didn't even try. Until I got locked up. After that, it wasn't a thought in my mind about selling some more drugs. No. I'm clean. I'm cleansed. I'm saved. I'm born again, whatever. But no, I did like the mouse in the maze. When he gets shot, he ain't going down that way no more. I'm like the mouse. I ain't going that way no more. Simple. Moving on. But you have heard that kind of rationalization speeches. I just couldn't help myself. And I just figured going back to drug. If you conquer the drug game, you go back and say, I just do a little bit. Just a little bit. 50 cents said, just a little bit. All I really need, just a little bit. Pull your pants down, just a little bit. Come on, man. No, a little bit, leave some more. Let me put the head in, that nonsense. All right, sorry about that. But that little bit got a lot of people in trouble. Okay, that's what I'm saying. And you always say, it's okay. No, ain't no big deal. Or just a little bit. All right, so just a little bit of beer, a little bit of sex, a little bit of drug, a little bit always leads to something else. And sometimes you get sick and tired of what? Doing the same thing. So a little bit of the same thing. So we say, to hell with this. I'm going all in. If I'm a creep, I'm a creep and get my thing, or I'm gonna do what I gotta do. So you just let go and head into whatever it is you're doing that's wrong. That is destructive. Self-destruction at its best. You know it's wrong. You know there's gonna be some consequences that you may not want to pay, but you do it anyway, hoping, well, I ain't gotta pay the consequences. You will. So stop fooling yourself. Sorry. And if I'm going to have a little affair, women, this is y'all thing. Let me have an adulterous or a full lustful affair with somebody. It ain't never somebody good to have a damn affair with. Male or female. Come on, that's the worst concept I ever heard. I'm gonna give you one more phrase. I'm gonna wrap this up. I got some more. We just getting good. But this is all on you. This is the choices that you are able to make for yourself. And we land out there for you. Now you can't say, I didn't know. Once I teach you, once I give it to you, you can't unknow what you know. But now consider this. You think you can make a conscious choice. Oh no, excuse me. No. Now what happens? That bad thought, that negative, you give it. Dun 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 dun. Now you done committed the act. Dun 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 dun. Now worry, stress. This is why the black man died from what? Stress that he put himself under that nobody knows about. Nobody know he creeping and cheating. Why? He keep it to himself. And he's harboring that stress. When is he gonna find out? I'm gonna get the phone call. Is she gonna catch me? All that stuff. That's aggravating to the mind. That's stress that causes what? You to live a short life. That's all. And this is where what? Most Christian idea of the little devil sitting on one shoulder and the little angel sitting on the other. Yeah, again, hello. I've been giving this since I've been doing this. Why? Choices. You just got to get better at making what? The right one. You have a choice, but a lot of us keep making the wrong one and keep doing it over and over again. Making a bad choice is, okay, once a mistake. 2 times, it's starting to set a pattern. 3 times, you all in. You wrong. All right? So now, again, the idea is the devil and idea, they're showing you have a choice. And in life, we all been there, and we all can relate to that. That's why it's so popular. But this teaching that we have here is a much deeper conception. Why? Because we are talking about that when you have a thought, when you have an action, that action or thoughts set up what? Residue in one's unconscious mind. It's always up here. I want to do this, but I can't. Okay, so the mind just, okay, it just sits there. So now that unconscious impression that is left is attached to what? Your cosmic force, a portion of your energy form. If you think lots of thoughts negative, you are accumulating more and more energy in that direction. It works what? For good or evil. See, remember, philosophy and forces don't give a damn how you use it. It's just what it is. Once you get it, your choice to use it for good or for selfish reason. And you got pastors, preachers who doing just that in the name of the Lord. And they prosper. Yeah. Now physically, you get what you want, but you always know. And if you're preaching it, you should live it. If you're teaching it, you should understand that it applies to you too. You ain't exempt. So if you guys who preach it and don't live it, I don't subscribe to y'all. You're frauds. Okay, but the teachings we hear is to do just that. And watch this. Now, if you think it works negative or positive, most people, my man, you got a guy, Alistair Crowley, he used all his information and knowledge for negative to prove, do what thy will. The Illuminati practice that philosophy. Your boy Jay-Z is one of them. And this is the key to what? Succeeding in you being able to transform one's RE, your karma. Your either it's good or it's bad. You can transform it, and the basis of your unconscious mind that impels you to do what, right or wrong, is your choice, your call. Again, depending on where the mind is. So let's talk about right thinkers. I wrap up. I got 2 more paragraphs. Let's take it down. But virtuous people, aka right thinkers, good Christian, whatever religion you practice, if you're doing it the right way, this is what you are. You're virtuous people. And virtuous people do not have to worry about being virtuous. It's natural. It flows. They don't have to sit around and worry, what would I do if this situation happens? I tell you all the time, I got one philosophy. I'm going to do what's right by me all the time. I'm not letting you take me to hell with you by what? Getting in the mud with you, getting ignorant like you. I don't do those things. So again, when you had that understanding, you better for it. What would I do if that situation happened? The right thing. That's it. When you God conscious, you just conscious of what? Doing the right thing, no matter what the situation is. What am I going to say or do? You're supposed to. They don't have it. Why? They don't have to do that. Why? Because all that is going to come out is from what? The storehouse of what is there in there already. And that's from the positive I read. That was created, why? Through your positive and right thinking and thoughts and your right actions from the past. If you are the kind of person who is getting into these things and mastering the teachings, but you are coming from a place where you were cussing a lot. My mother saw my first show. I did an hour-long show when I first started out. And she watched the show. And at the end of it, she said, well, baby, you didn't cuss. Cussing machine. He made MF sound normal. Because Samuel L. ain't got nothing no more, man. Okay? He was the master of that one. That was one of his favorites. All right? But when you cuss a lot, in every other word, cuss word. And you notice how sometimes you try to transform yourself. And this is early in the game for me. You try to become virtuous, try to live righteous, and do all kinds of things that you know is right. And all of a sudden, an insult or a curse word will come out your mouth, just like Tourette's. Sometimes it just come out. I'm a victim of that. I said, yeah, watch this, and you don't know where it came from. Who said that? Like, well, Urkel, did I do that? Did I say that? Yeah, you said it. Yeah. MFU, yeah, I get him, Sam. But you didn't mean it. Again, if you ain't thinking before you talking, you're gonna say something that may have been in there, but if you think about it, you won't do that. You ain't supposed to say that out loud. Some people say, he said that out loud? Yeah, okay. I got a quick story. This is too funny. Me and my dude was hanging out. Young lady walked in the store. And she wasn't the most pleasing looking lady. But in my mind, I said, damn, she ain't too pleasing, okay? But not bad, okay? My dude said, damn, she ugly. And we in a little bodega, so it was a little tight. And around the other side, when he came in, she walked that way, and the old man walked the other way. And when my man made that statement, my man said, yo, that's my wife. Step outside. Beat the brakes off. He looked over at me at one point. You help me? I thought it. You said it, so you're responsible. Okay, remember the story? Don't let your mouth write a check that your ass can't cash. Perfect, classic, perfect. Okay, some people might want to cash that check, so if you can't prove it, you might want to shut up. All right, what was that? Sorry about that. Then I'm going to die here. This situation happened. Okay, what am I going to do in the past? Okay, now, if you are the kind of person who's getting to those things, mastering the teaching from yourself, try to virtue. Okay, when you start out, it's going to be hard, but you get the hang of it, okay? And now you try to control it, but now it comes out anyway. But when you get better by practicing, you don't have that problem. I done got better. And watch this. And this is the effect of your unconscious mind that is tied to your mouth. The thought and the mind and thought go together. So your speech organ, you may try to control it, but you can't fully. Why? Because eventually your unconscious mind will compel you, and since the impressions are still there waiting to be expressed like a seed waiting to grow with the energy that have associated with, this is why the unconscious mind must be cleansed. That's why I meditate, to cleanse out the nonsense, to get that. I don't carry, harbor none of that from yesterday. I don't carry nothing. I come today with an open, empty cup and an empty mind, looking to what? Absorb, observe, and take in. And when I teach it, give out what I already got. So I'm good. And that's how I cleanse my mind. And what is the unconscious mind? The unconscious mind is that region of your existence where your unconscious impressions, your IRE, is stored. Okay? The intention is here, it's stored. You have three main realms of planes. And the plane that is the plane the plane which you exist on. The one is the physical plane, that's here, that's called a tie. And that is the plane most people only know about. That's ego people only know about the physical world, the material world. They ain't astral, they're not spiritual. So then you are an astral plane. But the astral plane they just don't recognize it. When you go to sleep, that's the astral plane. Okay? The mind takes over, the body's still there. And your mind, you can go anywhere you want. Travel up, back, history, forward, backwards, it don't make a difference. But that's the astral plane. But this is the plane where your mind operates, okay? And you're asleep, but the mind's still working. The subconscious takes over. And when you have a thought, imagination, ideas, or a dream, you are operating in this plane. But where does those thoughts and just come into your conscious awareness come from? Somewhere in your private life, okay? This already exists as seeds in your deeper unconscious mind that was planted there a long time ago. But it's a realm that you are not aware of because you're not conscious, because you're not lucid dreaming, or you're not aware of it. But every time you have a thought or you make an action, there's a residue of that impression that gets dropped into your unconscious area or your mind, and it sprouts forth when your current or future physical or mental energy is activated, and it resonates with that certain IRE karmic impression. Makes you remember. That's the lesson. I'm gonna start right now. I'm pushing it, but hope you got the point. This is learning how to manifest and get over your ego consciousness. I'll be back with more right thinkers in closing. May you all live to be 100, me, 100 minus a day. So I know my right thinkers who now understand the principles of set and how to overcome your egoism on your journey through this tree of life, aka life, that passed away. Conquer your ego. Don't kill it. Conquer it.